Hey, we're back again. Oh yeah, another session of Jam Jar. Yep, yours truly, Stefan Kingsford Brown here. Great to have your company today. I might actually take my glasses off so I can. Great for reading, but now I can see what's going on. Okay, so we're going to start with the old song. I'm not sure how I'll do it today. I might do a little swingy jazz sort of thing. It doesn't sound too bad. Jam Jar, Jam Jar. Oh, listen to Jam Jar, Jam Jar. There you are. Listen to Jam Jar, Jam Jar, Jam Jar. Everyone wants to listen to Jam Jar, Jam Jar. Everybody's talking about going to jump and shout, talk it out. Everyone talking about Jam Jar. Just spread it around. Oh yeah. Well, welcome everyone to another edition of Jam Jar, where we get to talk to all sorts of strange and wonderful people from all over. And we're going to I've got a special guest artist in the studio with us today, which I won't actually introduce him yet, but all the way from Outer Mongolia. Yeah, so let's before we do that, let's find out what's going on around us in the little old Wairarapa at the moment. Music-wise, I think the weather tends to put a bit of a damper on things. There are some gigs still going, and as I said last month, not as many as there used to be. We used to be playing about every night of the week. We'd be doing something. Yeah. So what is coming up though? We've got the Martinborough Jazz Festival. I think the 30th, 31st. I think in the first. Always a great gig. So much music happening there. And I've got my band, the Rumataka All Stars Dixie Swing Band, a 6-piece playing there at Martinborough Breweries. We're doing a whole afternoon there, which is always a great gig. I'd love to see you there. And yeah, we're still gigging. We're still doing the music evening at the Gladstone pub. But it hasn't been. Last week wasn't that good. Great musicians, but not a lot of patrons are coming along to support it. So if you're listening in or tuning into us, Jam Jar, yeah, please make an effort to get along if you can, because musicians, you know, it's they need an audience really. It's great to get together, but it's also got to be able to pay for the patrons that are running the place, and we've got to make a little bit out of it as well, so we can pay our costs. But at the moment, it's just dragging a little bit. So yeah, so just think about that. So that's every second Thursday in the month. So a little bit away from the next one, but if you've got any feelings about getting along, please do. Let me see what else is happening. Yeah, not a lot music-wise. I can say that there was an amazing thing that happened on last Sunday, which was the World Peace thing with I think the Buddhist community put this amazing concert thing on in the library with paintings and music and lots of parents and kids. It was great, a great afternoon. And those sort of things, you know, if you see them up and you see them advertised, try and support them, because it's great when, you know, to support that sort of thing. And it keeps the old creative side of the musicians and the poets and the painters alive. And really that's a statement of what's going on around you normally. The other people, I think that the grassroots, and then we need musicians, and we need poets, and we need painters, for sure. Okay. So without further ado, I'd really like to introduce to you Ian Shaw. Ian, great to have you with us, buddy.
Thank you, Stefan. It's good to be here.
Yeah, can you come a little bit closer to the microphone, mate? Then I think we'll get there. You are.
Try that.
We've got you now. Yeah, Ian's a musician friend of mine. Hails from, at the moment he's from Woodville, but I think you can tell by his accent he's probably from somewhere in Britain.
Yeah, not quite out of Mongolia, but close.
Hey, great to have you with us, buddy. Ian, when we've heard you play over the last 2 or 3 months that you've been visiting us, and we appreciate that, and we really wanted to get you on the program, especially the original stuff you've been writing.
Mm-hmm.
It's had a bit of an effect on people who've gone away saying, "God, he's a good songwriter," and stuff. So I thought to myself, yeah, we'll get him on the program. So tell us a bit about yourself anyway. So how long you've been in New Zealand and where you're from and what brought you here and stuff like that.
Well, originally from the north of England,
Okay.
North Lincolnshire, which I suppose technically is the East Midlands.
Midlands, yeah.
A little area there called the Isle of Axholme, which isn't an island obviously anymore. It was surrounded by 3 rivers and drained. And eventually, after we got married and had children, we decided that the UK was probably not heading in the direction we would like our children to be brought up.
Yeah.
And we looked at various places with Canada, South Africa, Australia, and we decided that New Zealand would be the place for us, and we moved over here, I like to say, at the turn of the century.
Right. I'd say you're almost a Kiwi, mate.
Yeah,
well, not quite.
People keep questioning why haven't I lost my accent. Well, I haven't. I was turned 40 when we moved here, so 40 years of talking like this is not going to disappear very quickly.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's great. Well, we're glad you came. On myself, I've been like a short trip to London, and that was about I never even got out of London. That was my big trip to the UK.
Yeah, the best thing about London is leaving it.
Yeah, mate. I was pretty disappointed, really, to tell you the truth. I had a bit of luck in Ireland, actually. Especially out in the country a bit. I found a lot of gigs and little hotels, and that was really great. I really enjoyed that. But there's no doubt about it. There's an amazing music tradition within the UK, and many bands, top bands in the world, have been born there and they've grown and done amazing things.
Yeah, it is a very rich tradition, as you say, and a lot of it's based in the Celtic folk music, which is where I started. My interest, I think, the first time I played in public was a little song called Johnny Minor by a chap called Eddie Pigford, one of the great folk singers and writers over there. And I followed that tradition for many years. My brother-in-law and I used to go, and we would play traditional folk songs, and that's pretty much what I did until such a time as other priorities take over. And 37 years of marriage and 4 children later, I've now got a bit of time to concentrate on the music and the songs again. Exactly,
I know the feeling. Yeah. Hey, okay, so when you moved, did you come from UK straight to Woodville, or did you?
No. We sort of moved in 2 parts. Maria came over with the children at the first instance. At that time, I was working on refineries all over the world, so it really didn't matter where I was based at that time.
Yeah.
And we first moved over here. We were in Tokomara, and then moved to various places around Palmy. Renting, obviously, and then when we finally got settled over here, decided it was time to buy. Prices were good in Woodville.
They are good.
I didn't investigate the social life too much.
I like Woodville, actually. I must admit, I've always stopped in Woodville going through. I think that's where Sweet Mama's, is it? Mama's.
Yes.
Is that where Sweet Mama's, Mummy's Cafe and stuff?
Absolutely. Some great cafes and stores and things. But,
it's got a good feel, Woodville. I've always liked. I'm just amazed that you were saying that we were talking earlier on about music clubs and people getting into it. Not a big scene with the music and stuff there.
No, there's a country music club that meets monthly on a Sunday.
Right.
Other than that, very hard pushed in the evenings.
Very hard pushed,
We have tried, but to no avail. We won't try again.
Wow. Hey, well, it's great to have you. That you've come all this way, and we really appreciate it, coming down and sharing with us. Let me tell the listeners and the viewers that Ian's he writes these amazing songs, and his lyrics are absolutely wonderful way, and they really capture the image. So we're going to get him to play one of the songs for you that he writes. Now we're going to have a whole lot of songs from Ian today, so that'll be great. So what do you got for us, Ian? Could you do maybe...
This one is God Thinks I'm a Cat.
Yeah.
Written because I just got this impression that as you work towards things through your life, you're just about to achieve something, you're just about to get there, and something and it just put this image of dangling a ribbon in front of a cat, and then you pull it away. So I thought, God thinks I'm a cat, and that was where the song came from.
Yeah.
I'll try that one. So do that now.
You're doing that now, when I'm sure they'll be waiting to hear with bated breath.
Well, it was there, I could see it, in front of my eyes, the sum of my dreams, my life's biggest prize. Live for the day, take your chances, they preach. But as I stretched out my arm, it just bobbed out of reach, and it was just like before, all those times I'd forgotten. My hopes, my ambitions, all dangled on cotton, and they're just flitting away like some mad, half-drunk bat. And you know what it is? God thinks I'm a cat. Had a good education, a first place at uni. I could have been a doctor or a lawyer, but I chose nothing so puny. The only vocation that was fit for me was to be the Prime Minister, but first an MP. The election was close, I was leading the shout, then some hack broke the news of a drunken night out. As I succumbed to that carnal temptation, all I won was unemployment compensation. It was just like before, all those times I'd forgotten. My hopes, my ambitions, all dangled on cotton. They're just flitting away like some mad, half-drunk bat. And you know what it is? God thinks I'm a cat. So a change of direction, I'd get super fit. I'll do marathons and Ironmans, triathlons, that's it. Just in my mid-20s, fit as a flea. Olympic Games and gold medals for me. Well, in 2012, I was up with the best. I was leading the race, and then this pain in my chest. And when I awoke from the medication, I'd suffered ventricular fibrillation. It was just like before, all those times I'd forgotten. My hopes, my ambitions, all dangled on cotton, and they're just flitting away like some mad, half-drunk bat. And you know what it is? God thinks I'm a cat. So to hell with this training and all this dedication, I'll just help myself to a slice of the wealth of the nation. A good bit of planning, a getaway car. I'll have a ticket at the airport and fly somewhere far. Well, with those bags in my hand worth 3 million plus, I ran into the road, not seeing the bus, and oh, for this lapse of concentration, a post-mortem examination, and it was just like before, all those times I'd forgotten. My hopes, my ambitions, all dangled on cotton, and they're just flitting away like some mad, half-drunk bat. And you know what it is? God thinks I'm a cat. God thinks I'm a cat. I'm a cat.
Wonderful.
I have to adjust the amount of money for inflation. It starts off at $1 million. I now think 3 is probably the minimum you could get away with.
I love it. I think it's great. Yeah, that's so true. Eh? Just when you think, you just almost think it's like. You know, we were talking about it this morning over coffee. It was about opportunities, and you think everything's in place, and you're going for it. Next minute, the whole thing just turns right around and it's gone. You're thinking,
"That's right.
What happened?" You know, it's like, what happened?
Where people say you must expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Well, then it's not unexpected anymore.
That's right. Exactly right. Oh, we're having a big laugh about it this morning. Yeah, that's a great song, right? And is that on the CD as well? That's not on.
That's not on that CD.
Not on
no,
that CD.
That one was a band thing. That's more bluesy and rocky.
Okay.
I have done a CD with these on, but it's a little bedroom project. That's not.
Okay. Well, yeah, but
I'll probably sit on it for a decade.
So you're obviously a musician, you play with bands and stuff. Did you do it for like a professional band, playing around, doing gigs and stuff like that?
Yes. Well, you say professional in the sense of
getting out and doing it.
But certainly, I've never been in a position where I could do it for a living.
Yeah. And did you do that not only here but back in the UK as well?
I've played in pub bands, and we used to do covers bands, rock bands, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't really start writing any songs until 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow.
And I'd always had an interest in poetry, and I read. I'm a voracious reader.
Yeah.
And sometimes a phrase or the way something's written. I was actually reading some H.P. Lovecraft, some 1950s horror stories, and there was some. He was making some descriptions about some of the things, and the phrase already put me in real mind. I started writing some really dark, spooky, ethereal poems, and then I thought I'll try put these to music, and that's really where it started.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit the same actually. I get little phrases or hook lines or things, or something will happen, or someone will say something, and go, "That's good. I like that." You know, and it can be out of one phrase. A whole song can be built around.
Absolutely,
it's incredible, really. Because God thinks I'm a cat. What a great line,
that was it. It was just that one line, that one thought, and I thought, and then it's just building a song
from
around
there.
it.
Yeah, no, great stuff, eh? Okay, so at the moment you're living in Woodville, right?
Yes.
So what do you do anything? Are you actually involved in anything in Woodville other than writing songs, or
no? I'm pretty
well retired, or.
Pretty much. I still do odds and sods now and again.
Yeah.
If I need to buy a new guitar or an amplifier or something of that nature, it'll drive me out of retirement.
I know the feeling, eh? I'm still teaching what I shouldn't be, but I am. But I still enjoy it. But retire. It's a funny thing, retirement, eh? You don't actually retire. You just shift the whole focus of where you are and what you do.
That's right. It no longer becomes something you're compelled to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just that if I want to, I can. If I don't want to, I don't have to.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty of it.
Yeah. So, are you into what other things? What sort of other things are you into, Ian? What other than music? Are you a keen gardener, maybe, or?
I'm starting to do some gardening. It's something I've managed to avoid for the best part of 6 decades. Which I think I was limited by time. I just didn't have time for that sort of thing, with contracting and working away for months on end.
Yeah.
But since I've been over here and had time, and I've got my little quarter acre, I actually did put some veggies in last year. We had some squashes and some courgettes, so
it's a good feeling, eh? I really must admit I really enjoy planting stuff and getting in the garden, watching little things grow or not grow, whatever the case may be. But it's just something that I quite enjoy it, eh? The solitude and just being out there, and quite often I go take a stool out there and sit, play my guitar, and watching the garden grow.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now what else we've got? Let's have a quick skiz of what I'm talking about here. Yeah. So obviously, let's say for the last 3 or 4 years, you've started writing your own stuff, own lyrics and stuff, and so you must. And you've done one, the CD that this radio station listeners, hopefully we'll be getting some more music from Ian, because it's now going to be on the playlist, so they'll play that for us, which is great.
Yes, that was a band. That was a selection of songs which lended themselves to a more bluesy, rocky thing. So it was a 3-piece band with myself, Mike Gallagher on bass, and my son Philip on drums. And that moved along nicely. We went out and we did some gigs and played some festivals as Bearded Theory. We call ourselves Bearded Theory because we all had beards and we all had ideas about things. And that's pretty much how it came up. And then I realised there was a little bit of conflict with the Bearded Theory gathering over in England, which I hadn't heard of. And it was when we were on social media as Bearded Theory, we kept getting asked who was playing this year and what should we bring to the festival and when is it? So, and there's this Bearded Theory gathering in Britain, which has it's a big pop festival. But so I'm not really doing the rock and blues anymore until sit down and rethink it, basically. The whole CD thing was a bit of a learning curve, and you realise, given the second bite, you'd have done it slightly differently.
A lot easier to do, obviously, on your own as well, when you're doing your own stuff, and just, I mean, if you're going to record, you probably bring other musicians in there, you probably, as you have. But you know, like I think on your own with the guitar and sing your songs, great. I love it.
You have the freedom as well, particularly if you want to get lyrics across. You can alter your tempo.
Absolutely.
Which obviously you can't do in a band. You can't
you got to
slow
hold
it down or speed it up, or it's difficult. And particularly, I'm not a drummer. I'm not a bass player, and I find it difficult to communicate my ideas to people.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
particularly drummers.
Drummers are a breed,
exactly. I can
own.
Tell you it's in 4/4, but as to what to hit and what sort of rhythm, or whether it's a paradiddle or whatever it may, I have no idea.
No. They just there are drummers and there are drummers. You know, we've had some pretty weird drummers in our time, and I think it's that. I don't know whether it's that constant beat or drumming or thumping of rhythm that actually affects their brains or whatever. I'm not sure what it is. But we had some pretty weird drummers, but good, you know. I mean,
it could be like the earthquake syndrome. It's liquefaction, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, sort of slowly, getting in there. You know, I must admit, I've had some amazing myself with musicians and touring, and not only here but in various parts of the world. And I wouldn't swap it for anything. I've had some amazing experiences. You know, I was just talking about. This last thing I just did on Sunday, which was a Big Peace concert, and I did a number called I wrote a number called Paper Cranes, like the origami folding of the, which was a song I wrote for Nuclear Free Pacific in New Zealand at one stage when I think David Longy was he was one of the prime ministers back then. He banned any nuclear ships from the port.
Yep.
In fact, they're just part of the Nuclear Free Pacific thing, and there was no and. Part of the whole thing that came out of that was a big conference at the Michael Fowler Centre in Wellington, where they wanted musicians to submit stuff on nuclear-free stuff, and I wrote this song called Paper Cranes. And it was so successful, it went all around New Zealand, then different parts of the world picked it up. And
wow.
So it's really, and then I got invited to go, I was in Japan, but I got invited to play at a peace concert in a place called in Nagasaki at what they call Zero Zone. There's a big park there, and it's too big, and they had a concert there. And I was asked to play the number Paper Cranes
there. That
must
have been hugely atmospheric.
Unbelievable. I mean, it's something you never forget. You know, there's not tens of thousands of people just fill the whole area there, and just basically me and a guitar and a microphone. Fantastic. And the response was phenomenal. I was absolutely emotionally in tears. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
And
I'm filling up thinking about it.
It was incredible. You know, you don't forget things like that.
No,
and the music being the genre that can really cross those barriers and unite the feeling of people. They were so young Japanese people were really insistent about nuclear free. They were really just passionate about it. You know. Especially with what happened during the war with the nuclear bombings, eh? But anyway, well, let's see. Hold on, I'm going to talk about a song here called Oh yes, No Fast Zombies.
Right, again.
Oh, No Fast Zombies. I heard that the other night when you played that. This is a good number.
Again, that's another one. It just came from that phrase. I'm a great fan of horror films.
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid being able to stay up late and watch Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee and the Frankenstein and Dracula movies, all black and white. Fantastic. Boris Karloff, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
You used to love those. Yeah. So I very much old school, you know, zombies, by virtue of the fact that the dead, you know, cannot really be fast. And now all these, the modern horror films, particularly zombies are running around and flying around like lunatic. It's just wrong. There should be no fast zombies. Yeah. So again, that's one phrase brought it just being this song where things give the appearance of being one thing and actually on the inside there may be another. So this one got straight for that.
Great stuff.
There should be no such thing as fat cats. A feline should be sleek. There should be no avenging angels. An angel should be meek. And there should be no lost souls when we all have a place to go. There should be no fast zombies. The undead should be slow. There should be no such thing as caffeine-free coffee, no zero alcohol beer, no sugar-free, non-sticky toffee, no pointless dead-end careers. I don't want pasteurised, low-fat, homogenised, cream-free, watered-down milk. And I don't want these clothes made of recycled plastic you pass off to me as faux silk. There should be no such thing as fat cats. A feline should be sleek. There should be no avenging angels. An angel should be meek. And there should be no lost souls when we all have a place to go. There should be no fast zombies. The undead should be slow. Don't come with the promise of a brand new forest. Just show me the trees in your hand. Don't make me feel mean with your greener and cleaner when you're still fracking oil from the land. And just give me a river that won't damage my liver and a sea that won't blister me arse. And don't ask for my vote, you dishonest scrote, to endorse your political farce. I don't want telly that tries to shrink my belly, then sell me a heart attack in a bun. I don't work by the hour for all this power if you'll just put a tax on the sun. And don't come say to me you'll do something for free, then send me a bill in the post. And don't pretend to do good like we all thought we should, and then see who can skim off the most. There should be no such thing as fat cats. A feline should be sleek. There should be no avenging angels. An angel should be meek. And there should be no lost souls when we all have a place to go. There should be no fast zombies. The undead should be slow.
Love it.
So no fast zombies.
It's a great song, eh? Yeah. Is that recorded on the CD, Ian, or not? That's just a...
No, that's not there either.
Not, yeah, okay. You're a bit like me, actually. I've got all these songs I've written them. To get really quite high-class recordings these days, it does cost quite a bit, to get into the studio and do it, eh?
In Palmy, there's the Stomach. It's a community-funded recording studio, and that is very reasonably priced.
Wow, I've never heard of them.
Priced.
Wow, and they've got people to run the studio.
Absolutely, yeah. He was a professional sound engineer, and the equipment's all top-notch, state-of-the-art.
Wow.
Full studios, all the equipment there, amplifiers, drums, instruments. Practice rooms for,
Yeah.
I think it's $7.50 an hour, and there's a drum kit, a PA kit, a keyboard, 2 guitar setups and a bass setup. All you need to do is bring a lead and an instrument.
Amazing.
It's fantastic.
Wow. Stomach, is it? Stomach recording?
The Stomach, yeah.
The Stomach? Yeah.
The Stomach, Creative Sounds.
Okay. Well, I hope your listeners remember that one. I'll write it down anyway, because that's good to know.
Might give me a free hour for that.
And mate, you could, hey. Great stuff. Okay, so living in Woodville, of course, as we know, and not a lot of gigs in Woodville. So you're playing. Obviously, you come down to the Gladstone, which is great, and we enjoy that. Are you going in any other clubs and playing anywhere else?
One on a Sunday afternoon. I think, in fact, it's this Sunday, and it's fortnightly at the Celtic, and that's more of an acoustic jam session. Starts at 2:00.
In Palmerston?
Pardon?
Is that in Palmerston, is it?
That's in Palmy, yeah. The Celtic down the alley.
Okay, I think I know where that is. Is that just when you cross the bridge coming into... Is that just down there on the left-hand side on the corner there somewhere, is it?
It's right in the centre.
Centre of where the square is?
Yeah, just up from the square, on Main Street, and by the Regent Theatre.
On Sunday?
Down there, yeah.
Well, and is that open to anyone who wants to come along and play?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's a great selection there. There's some of the regulars, one chap in particular, Raymond Watchman, he brings, he makes native Indian flutes out of native timbers, and he brings these and he plays those, and he'll bring a didgeridoo. Yeah. There are people who bring what do you call the things you sit on and hit? Cajuns?
Oh, yeah.
With guitars, banjos, it's all got down.
So it's a good gathering.
It is, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a taste of everything going on there.
Yeah. So what time does that start?
It starts at 2 and runs till round about 5, something of that nature.
Okay.
And then there's another one, again at the Celtic, but that's on a Thursday. The first one was last week.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had a previous engagement. That's a Thursday evening, and that's more of a rock-based one where you can
plug in
drum kits and you plug in and go for it and just jam away to your heart's content.
Yeah.
I think there's one, Jeff's planning one for September.
Right, yeah.
See how that goes.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good that you can go to find gigs like that and play. Otherwise, you'd be sitting at home, buddy, wondering what the hell I'm going to do with all this.
Yeah, there's quite a busy cafe scene where you can get out and play some music.
Yeah.
And also the City Library, there's regular things going on. Just 3 or 4 weeks ago, played for International French Day of Music.
Yeah.
And they had a full day of sets there, so we went to play. I managed to sneak in a little French folk song, which worked quite well actually, because nobody knew if I was getting it right or wrong.
Yeah, you know.
Apart from one lady. Didn't pick me up.
It's good. When I used to do that number called an Elvis Presley number called Wooden Heart, right?
Yep.
Never wouldn't, don't you see I love you? There's a bit of it goes Moosey Dane, ooh and shade and lane. And I never knew whether I was getting that, because I learned it when I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
So I'm still singing the lyrics that I remember from that.
Like
and I remember there was a couple of German people in the audience that looked at me and went, I thought, hell, I don't know what I'm saying, but I hope it's not that rude. You know, then it was Uwen doing mein Schatz bleibst there. And they looked at me and I thought, I don't know whether that's right or not. But
exactly,
it sounded good.
Be careful. I don't, but yes, I mean, I've sung that song and I've done exactly the same. I don't know what I'm singing.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting, that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we're probably going to try and establish another music group somewhere in Masterton here in the near future, a songwriters workshop group.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
Rod and I and a few others. We've got a venue for it, actually, the community centre. I don't know whether you've been there to the Masterton, Masterton Community Centre. They're quite well set up. There's a kitchen there and there's good area, big area for playing. We're going to try and get that on a regular basis, and we'll make it a songwriters club so people come. But we also have a facility where we can also sing our own songs and have little concerts.
Yep.
And then once every couple of months, Aratoy is going to come on board and let us do a concert in the auditorium there in the Wesley wing.
Oh, wow.
So a proper live concert with the big system and the whole thing. And that'll be original songwriters night. People come along to hear, and it'll be Wairarapa and other musicians as well, obviously, invited guests, to do an original songwriters night.
Excellent. That sounds
so I'm just really conscious of the fact that sometimes musicians don't get the chance to voice or play their own material because they're so sort of people are going, play this and play that. We want to hear something we know or play something decent.
Yep.
Or we don't want that rubbish. Is that one of your songs? That sort of thing.
That's it. I think you've got to make it clear, that I'll be playing here and I'll be playing a selection of my original songs. And then the choice to come or not. And the beauty of that is that you do know that the people who do turn up have actually come to...
They've come to hear what you've got to do. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. How are we for time? Well, we're doing all right, actually. Not too bad. I might play a number, actually. I might play a number for you. How did you do one number? That's an original thing. People were saying, they said the other day, we've been listening to your program. I said, great. That's good. And they said, but we're not hearing, we haven't heard Kathmandu for a while. And there's a little song called Catch a Cat and Kathmandu.
Another cat song.
Another cat song. And I'm doing it. That's the reason why I thought I'd bring it up, because I like cats, hey? I've got a thing about cats. I've got a black cat at home. I call him Black Cat. He's a bit of a devil, but he's a good cat. And, but yeah, they're on their own. If they don't want to have anything to do with you, they just really...
That was an old thing over back in North Lincoln. They had this thing called black catting.
Yeah.
And it was, I've got a black cat. I've got a blacker black cat than your black cat.
Black, yeah.
I've got a bigger, blacker black
bigger,
cat.
Black
catting. Black catting.
Yeah. Well, this song here, basically, it came out of my sister. My sister did a trip to Nepal, and Kathmandu and all through there, and her and her husband, and they went all around, and one of the things she said, there was heaps of cats in the street, stray cats all over the place, you know. And my son at the time was only little, he'd be about 6 or 7, maybe 6, 5 or 6, young anyway. And, he asked my sister, oh, and all the cats, and he said, what do they do with them? Because my sister said, oh, they eat them, they cook them up and eat them, you know, which is he's just sort of throwing it out there. And he was absolutely mortified. He couldn't believe it, you know. And he said, oh, they don't really, do they? Little cats. Must have said, no, I'm just joking. But by then he was
yeah, the image is there then, isn't it?
Yeah, mate. So I was thinking about, so that might be a good thing for a song, you know, about. And I came up with this sort of phrase of catch a cat and Catman do. Put him in a Catman stew, you know. There'll be some for me and you know, and that sort of thing. So it went on from there. It was a bit of a nonsensy sort of song. But that's how the song came about.
Oh, right.
So this is going back a few years ago now. And Josh, who's in his 30s now, always said, oh, Dad, I always remember when you made that song up called Catch a Cat and Catman Do. Goes like that. Catch a cat and Catman do. Put him in a Catman stew, 'cause there'll be some for me and you, yeah, down in Catman do. Said catch a cat and Catman do, yeah. Put him in a Catman stew, 'cause there'll be some for me and you, yeah, down in Catman do. Shoo-doo-doo, shoo-doo-doo-doo-doo, da-da-doo-doo, do-do-do-do-da-va-va-va-va, meow, do-do-da-da-da-da-ba-da, ja-da-ba-da-da-ba-da, ja-da-ba-da. Oh, scoop-a-doo-doo-bum-bum, scoop-bum-bum, scoop-bum-bum. Oh, big old boon in old Rangoon. Him sing beneath the moon. He's singing slightly out of tune. That's because he's just an old baboon. Chinchillas jumping, chowing China. Oh, at the Golden Dragon Diner. Crazy cats from Carolina found Catmandu. I said catch a cat in Catmandu. Put him in a Catman stew, 'cause there'll be some for me and you, yeah, down in Catmandu. I said catch a cat in Catmandu. Put him in Catman stew, 'cause there'll be some for me and you, down in Catmandu. Way down in Catmandu. Way down in Catmandu. Way down in Catmandu. Way down in Catmandu. Did you do Papa? Meow.
Oh, very good. I must get a meow into mine.
Yeah, right. We've got a few cat songs, but yeah. So you know, it's funny how songs come about. I think there's a similarity, and then you get to pick up on a situation or words, or someone might say something, and away you go, and it's done. I've got another song called the Gotlam Cat Blues. That's about another cat I had that got run over by a milk truck.
Oh dear, flat cat.
Yeah, right. Flat cat. Yeah, yeah. Hey, listen, let's get on to another number because time moves on a bit. We want to do on to You'll Never Catch a Dragon. Now, we were talking about this earlier on. This is a little bit more serious, maybe?
Yes. The title really says what it's about. It's to do with the people who tend to be so dissatisfied with their own reality that they want to change it. And at the end of it all, you've still got to come back. you know. And in the opium dens, they used to call it chasing the dragon.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, you can chase it, but you're never going to catch it. And slightly different tone to the previous two.
Yeah.
You think you know the future, but you can only guess. Take a look at what's behind you, if you're that easy to impress. You think you're owed more promise, you're after something more, but you only get one shot through a closing door. Do you always listen to what the voices say? Are your dreams just cracked and broken mirrors of yesterday? Are all the goals you want to score just the penalties you missed? Is lying alone and empty way up on your bucket list? You'll never catch the dragon, you'll never get that high. While you scratch the mountains, the dragon fills the sky. When you come back down and you sit there in that old stained chair, what's it like to know that all you have is in the air? There's Quixote's windmills, there's the old man of the sea. One chases his obsession, one's lost in fantasy. What's the devil on your shoulder? What's that monkey on your back? Have you got the salt to throw? Have you got the jack? What promises of freedom lie in that rainbow haze? A poison bait you're swallowing that swallows up your days. Marching down a one-way street of endless tramping feet, swollen with pride, pale with envy, subtle in deceit. You'll never catch the dragon, you'll never get that high. While you scratch the mountains, the dragon fills the sky. When you come back down and you sit there in that old stained chair, what's it like to know that all your dreams are in the air? You'll never catch the dragon. Yeah, so that's that one.
Very nice song. Beautiful. Nice chord, nice open picking stuff. Very nice.
I haven't a clue what some of those chords are.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't like to have a guess as to what that
seemed to fit at the time. I played it once with a chap called Jeff Carr.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know whether you know Jeff or not, but he's very, very proficient guitarist.
Yeah.
Absolutely, can do it all. And I played it through with him, and he jammed along with it. And at the end, he told me that I'd actually made 4 key changes in the song. And I didn't know whether that was a criticism or some sort of achievement, but I have no idea.
Well, sometimes it's a good thing to be able to. It actually opens you up, being able to move in those directions. Because if you're very confined to a space about triads, key triads and all the rest of it.
So you're taking me out of my comfort zone now,
Stephen. You know what I mean? So you're saying, I can only use these chords. It's a relative minor in that key. I can't use that one. But when you don't know that stuff, it means you can go on it and just do it anyway, and it works. That's the beauty about that whole creative feeling. I think take it beyond.
Certainly. Yeah.
Push the boundaries. Go for it.
A lot of it did, and that's another thing that happened. That song didn't actually happen through a lyric. That happened through that chord, little progression. That little tune. I thought, wow,
absolutely,
because it had that quality to it. I thought it obviously wasn't going to be rather jocular or humorous. So that's where that one came from.
Absolutely, what a great song. We're loving it. We're loving it. We're moving on. We've got about a quarter of an hour left of the program, which is great. So obviously, have you got any plans at the moment to record and do more stuff?
Yes, I did put a dozen or so songs down on a CD at the stomach, just one take things. More of a musical notepad, to be honest, because I forget. I lose bits of paper. I forget the chord progressions. The lyrics disappear. I don't think it's anything to do with my age. I think your mind's a bit like they say. Your mind is like a computer. Well, at some point, your memory gets full, and there's just no room for anything else. Unfortunately, unlike a computer, we can't get rid of all the rubbish.
Exactly. It seems to clog the channels a bit. Sometimes I'm a bit the same. I mean, songs I've been doing for years, and I know the chord progressions. They're not particularly hard songs. Some of them. Halfway through the song, gone, nothing.
Yes, the slightest distraction,
and to the end of the song, come to the end of the song, and it all comes back to me. Boy, then it's too late. But anyway, and then other bits, other times, I'm surprised I can remember stuff, chords and little changes and stuff, and it's clear as. So, I think it's.
No, I would think that songs I was playing 40 years ago, I could pick the guitar and play them now faultlessly.
Yeah.
You know, but some of my own stuff that's written a year ago, I struggle with.
Yeah. I used to have the problem with the unit. I used to change it so much because I'm thinking, I don't quite like that. I'll change it and do this and that. And I work with it for a couple of hours and I'll come back to it. But then I think, I don't know, what did I do there? And then I come back to it again, I've changed it again. So it's like, it's still, even when you're performing it live, it's still sort of work in progress sometimes because you're not quite happy with what
I've had to do a little bit of editing on the fly.
Yeah.
Some of this shouldn't be heard before the watershed, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I had to just...
It's what happens when you're a musician and when you're writing stuff, that's the way. And you're generally your own worst critic anyway. And let's face it, I'm never totally happy with what I do. Where the people say, I really love it. And you're thinking, But I think that's what it's about, being in that mode of creating and trying to be passionate and get the energy happening, so you're happy with it.
No, it's as you say. If I was to just sit down and write these and not perform them or do anything with them until I was happy with them, you would never get out of the room.
Absolutely,
you would never get out of the room.
And
it's as you say. Sometimes when you perform a song live, it will change. Something just drops into place.
It does, you think, that's what I was trying to do.
Then you can't wait to get back home.
Exactly, So you can try to solidify it in place, so next time you do it, you better do it again.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, so, okay, so we've got one more song. We won't quite do it yet. Did your wife play at all, Ian, or not? Is she a musician?
No. She's very artistic. She draws and paints and makes teddy bears and all this sort of thing.
Wow,
very, but never. She enjoys listening to music, but she's never been a
musician.
Pick up an instrument.
Yeah,
she did once try to learn to play drums.
Yeah.
I'll not go much further with that. After about a year worth of lessons, I think she's given up.
It's a
shame.
Absolutely. Yeah. No. And you see, obviously, loves your music and supports it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I'm so easy to shop for. Christmas is guitar. I mean, a friend of mine came round the other day and he actually counted the guitars and things, which I haven't done for a while. It's like 23 or 4, I think.
Yeah.
And then there's bazookas and mandolins.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've got 25. I've got about 12, 13 guitars.
Do you still play
banjos? Play them all. Get them down every now and then.
Yeah. What I find, because I'm quite lazy, that the more guitars I have, I can keep. If I want one in open D, there it is. If I've got one in drop D, there it is. If I've got one in Dadgad or one in CG, there it is. I don't have to.
Yeah, you've got
because sometimes I can't remember how to tune them in, so I just keep the guitars there.
Yeah, it's good when every now and then you come across a real beauty. Like even this guitar here that I use has become a real darling guitar of mine. The listeners can see it here. I'll just hello there. Here it is. This guitar here. It's actually made in Spain, handmade.
Yes.
Genuine old. It's a Valencia. The Valencia is I think they're made in Japan or China or somewhere now. But This is the original Valencia, like handmade in Spain. Slightly curved back, slightly. Nice wood, beautifully made guitar. And I rescued this from a skip.
Really?
A bin, yeah.
Fantastic.
This guy was about to throw it away and I said, no. I said, what? I said, give it here. So I took it in to Dave. There's a really amazing guitar repairer, a Luthier, is it? Luthier, yeah. In the music shop here in Marston, Dave Berry, and he looked at it and went, whoa, that's good. So he fixed the bridge up, put a new nut in it, and did machine heads and did all the frets for me. And he ended up putting one of these in, which is great, you know, so I can actually plug it in. And a beautiful guitar. It's just got a nylon string playing.
I do like the nylon string guitar as well.
Just got that real great for jazz.
Very warm tone.
Very warm tone. But I've got my other guitars as well, and I do have a Fender Telecaster, of course, which I love to get out and thrash every now and then.
I have a couple of Tellys and a Strat and a Les Paul.
So you know,
Ivanhoe.
So you know that once you caught me, it's like some people collect stamps. I keep guitars.
I'll do. Next time there's one at the Gladdy, I'll bring a telly down, a little amp. We'll have a bit of a.
That'll be good. We can have a bit of it. That'd be great. Yeah.
Still bring the acoustic though. Of course.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'll see what those do.
Yeah. So we're going to try and get up your way if we can. I know I've talked about it, and I know the boys. Rod's definitely keen. Bob and Kate. Have you heard Bob and Kate play yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're pretty good. They'd be keen to come up if we could get something happening, even a night, advertise a night of music somewhere. Put it out there and put posters around, and maybe do a house concert somewhere. Or in a small hall, it might be somewhere where we can hire in Woodville.
I'll have a good
somewhere
round.
And we could just do a concert up there. You know, and if we made enough money to cover the cost to get up there, then it'd be worth doing. Hey.
Yeah, that's it. Something like that. Out of pocket. That's I'm never going to get rich doing this.
No, same. Well, I'm
certainly going to be happy.
Oh, absolutely. I would. But it's my therapy in a way. I love doing the music. I'm not touring like I used to. I'm not doing as many gigs. I'm still doing quite a few gigs, but not as many. But I'm still teaching in the school, so that keeps me pretty well. Yeah. But by the end of the year, I'll make some decisions, see how we go. Yeah. All right, we might move into the last song that we've got here, which, according to me, if I'm looking at my thing right, it is. Is it the pub bluesy band
pub
thing?
band blues? Yeah.
Well, I might be able to play along with that one, eh?
Absolutely, it's straight
bluesy thing.
A, D, and E, pretty much.
Well, I'm sure the listeners
set up through a B minor,
that.
C sharp minor, and then
I'll do a bit of.
It won't need a great deal of introduction because once we get into it, people know exactly what it's about.
Yep.
I'm the singer with a pub band, passing through that awkward stage. But I think we've really made it now. Check out our Facebook page. We've got the kit, we've got the drums, we've got monitors, we've got mics. And to prove we're semi-professional, we've got nearly 50 likes. We know 2 pubs that let us play maybe 2 or 3 times a year. Though recently that's down to 1, as they say we're getting too dear. But I won't lower my prices to a level below my station. I have to maintain the integrity of my musical reputation. Oh yes, we'll play them all for you. You know the ones we mean. We'll play Zombie, Alabama, Hey You, What's Up, and all songs in between. We'll play April Sun in Cuba, Some in Excess, and Brown Eyed Girl, and a little fiddle solo in Wagon Wheel for those who want to twirl. then one night it happened in a way I can't forget. We'd played at our last remaining pub, where we never really break a sweat. While I collect and I count all the money, while the others pack up all the kit. And some bloke said we were better than the band who everyone doesn't like. Yeah, a bit of self-censorship there. With these fulsome words of praise ringing loudly in my ears, I went to tell the others as they'd finished off their beers. And I called out, guys, it's happened, just like I said it would. That random drunk that's leaving, he thinks we're really good. Oh yes, we'll play them all for you, you know the ones we mean. We'll do Zombie, Alabama, Hey You, What's Up, and all songs in between. We'll play April Sun in Cuba, some In Excess and Brown Eyed Girl, and a little fiddle solo in Wagon Wheel for those who want to twirl. So now when I go and see others play, at gigs or open mics, I can loudly and freely criticise, and I'm well within my rights. It's only fair that someone with my awesome talent should, 'cause one night a random drunk bloke said I'm really good. Well, that's the story of my success for you who want to get ahead. And don't forget, we're the best pub covers band that rehearses in my shed. And if I get downhearted with all those times I flunk, I remember when I was told I'm good by that random happy drunk. Oh yes, we'll play them all for you, you know the ones we mean. We'll do Zombie, Alabama, Hey You, What's Up, and all songs in between. We'll play April Sun in Cuba, some In Excess and Brown Eyed Girl, and a little fiddle solo in Wagon Wheel for those who want to twirl. Yes, a little fiddle solo in Wagon Wheel for those who want to twirl.
Great stuff.
Who hasn't been there?
Who hasn't been there? Oh, yeah, absolutely, mate. Oh, what a way. It's been a great program today. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, and I want to thank the listeners for tuning in, and to Jam Jar. A big shout out to Michael and Veronica. Thanks for being there, making it possible. And yeah, so with that, I think we'll wrap things up, and we'll go out in the Jam Jar a little. Some jam song. I think it's something. I think there's something I might do it differently. Let me think here. What can I do? Jam Jar, Jam Jar, Jam Jar, Jam Jar, Jam Jar. That's who we are, just who we are. Thanks everyone, have a good week, be good to each other, and we'll catch you next time round. Stefan, I'd like to thank our guest today, Ian. Thank you very much for coming today, we really appreciate it. Ian Shaw, yeah, and not from out of Mongolia at all, as we said. He's hails from Woodville, but from the old country, of course, UK.
List of places to go.
Yeah, it was great stuff having you on board, mate. Thank you very much. And with that, we are out of here. We're gone.